is, which of the following statement is correct? I put A.
Okay, so did I.
All right, number 2. The term inflation is used to describe a situation in which I put A again.
Yeah, I did too. I think I found it in the book kind of that way.
All right, number 3. In the basket of goods that is used to compute the consumer price index, which of the following categories of consumer spending is the smallest? I put D, apparel.
Yeah, me too.
All right, I'm just gonna. If you haven't done a certain question, tell me. I'll read the question.
I'm up until I got all the way through 13 done. So
okay. All right. So then I'll just for number 4, I put D.
Yes, so did I.
All right. For number 5, this one I had a question on. I didn't really know. I put 1.5%.
Okay.
I didn't see anywhere in the book that told you how to do this. Did you find something?
No, I didn't either. But
this is what I'm talking about. It's just like it expects you to know how to do this.
Because this is where I have a question mark by this one too. So I put when it says everything else all being equal. So if everything else is exactly the same, wouldn't it just increase by 10% then? Where it gives us no other numbers.
Yeah.
But I could be wrong. I don't, because I'm like, I don't know where am I? So
let's say it was 2,000, right? The whole CPI, it was 2,000. And then we'll say that food and beverages made up, let's say 15%, so 0.55. So it makes it $294. Hold on, let me do that again. So 15% of 300. So let's
2,000. So the whole CPI is 2,000. You said
it's 2,000, and then food and beverages 15%, which is 300. So if we raise 300 by 0.1, it's gonna be 30. So 330. So it'd be 2,030, right? So 2,030 minus 2,000 equals that divided by 2,000. Did I do that right?
So 2,000. So
1.5%, because it's not going to increase by 10% because you have a bigger number. So it's only a certain factor.
So it's only going to be 1.5.
Well, that's how I get it, because I mean it's kind of one of those things where you just have to make up a number and see what it would go by.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because I'm like trying to think, what am I filling in here? Okay? That makes sense. Fill in own numbers.
For all of it, I think for all of it to go up by 10%, for it to go up by 10%, all of it would have to go up by 10%.
Okay.
Hopefully that's right. It's not.
I agree with you. No, that makes sense, because I was just trying to think. I'm like, what numbers? But putting in your own numbers, I didn't think to do that. So that was good. That makes sense.
I didn't either until just right now. Okay, well. Or I just took 10 divided by 15, and that gave me. Oh wait, did I do 15? No. Yeah, 15 divided by 10, which was 1.5.
Okay.
Okay. All right, 6. Let's see what I put for 6. For 6, I put B.
Yeah, so did I.
Okay. For some reason, I feel like, did I have a problem with that one?
Well, that one was pretty easy.
Yeah, 140 times 0.25.
Yeah.
Okay. Save that one. 7. 7, I put B.
Yeah, because that's right out of the book.
Yeah, I love it when it's right out of the book. All right, number 8, I had A.
Okay, so did I. Now, they had a few more decimal points, so I think my calculator was off by a couple decimal points, because I only had 10 and 7.4. But
if you do it, I did it on Excel. When I did it on Excel, I think, hold on, I can always pull up the decimal points. Yeah, I want 17.343, so that's right.
Okay.
Oh.
I figured it was the closest one to all of them. So.
Yeah. All right, 9, I put D.
Me too. Because it goes down in the last year.
Yeah. 10, I put D again.
Okay, I put C.
Okay, I found this in the book.
Okay, did you?
Yeah, hold on.
I'm going to go back and look at it.
It says, right, where was it? It was under problems. There is still much debate among economists about how severe the measurement problems are and what should be done about them. So kind of word for word there.
Okay, D, okay.
It doesn't say CPI bias, but it still says how severe the measurement problems are.
Okay. That makes sense.
Right. Question 11, I put D again.
So if the quality of good deteriorates and the price remains the same, the value of the dollar then
decreases.
Falls, but they don't take in the deterioration, I thought, do they? So the cost of living would stay higher because the cost of the dollar is actually less, but doesn't the higher, since they don't take in the quality of the good, wouldn't the inflation look like it's higher, even though the cost of living would increase, but the dollar would decrease, or no?
Yeah, and that's what I was kind of wondering, like, because I know where it says, it talks about that part, where it talks about the dollar decreasing, the quality good problems. There are problems. It says unmeasured quality change. If the quality good deteriorates from one year to the next while its price remains the same, the value of the dollar falls because you are getting lesser good for the same amount of money. Similarly, the quality rises from one year. When the quality good in a basket changes, for example, a new car, adjust the price of the good to account for quality change. In essence, of trying to keep the basket of goods of constant quality despite the difference. So he doesn't really say, and that's what bothers me about like answers like this.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking. So, because they said earlier in the thing that, not in that part, but I thought it was earlier in the chapter where it talked about if you don't adjust for the dollar, then the cost of living stays higher. That's why inflation is usually off and higher, consumed to be higher. Yeah. And so that's why I thought C for the answer, but
yeah, where they're
because they don't really adjust for the dollar falling, so the increase still keeps going up even though the product's decreasing. So that's why I was thinking the cost of living still stays at an increase.
Where's that? There was one spot in here where they're talking about they tried mine. They thought it was $1 too high.
Yeah, they went to it, but they still went to they went 1% too high. But then when they did adjust for bias, it was still 0.5% still too high. So yeah. That's why I'm thinking it would still be an increase in the living.
Okay.
But the dollar would be less.
Did you read this big yellow part?
Part of it, yeah.
Because I never do, but
that didn't really.
No, nothing.
No, not for that question. It was. Sorry, my pages are all, which is driving me crazy. I've messed up my pages. I don't have it in a binder, which.
Oh yeah.
Is a bad idea.
And that makes sense because if the dollar falls and they haven't changed.
Yeah, because they don't adjust for that.
Yeah, if they haven't adjusted for it, because from year to year, the cost of living is going to increase no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I agree with that.
If we get it wrong this time, I apologize.
No, it's okay. I'm pretty sure I've gotten plenty wrong. All right, 12 is, I put C because it said it right out of the book.
Oh, wait. But see, then it talks about in the late 80s. That's where I was confused.
Well, it says right here, says, in the 1970s, both the GDP deflator and the consumer price index show high rates of inflation. In the late 1980s, 1990s, and the first decade of 2000, both measures show low rates of inflation.
Yeah, that's B.
Oh, crap. That is B. I just looked at the wrong one. I always do that. Like, I always get one wrong on a test because of that same thing. I'm pretty sure I got some wrong on this last test because of that same thing.
Yeah, I think I did too.
How did you do?
Not forget. I got a B minus.
Oh, I got a B plus. But I had to take my accounting test and my econ test in the same time. So I went straight from one to the next.
That's hard. That's a hard.
I didn't do as well as I thought I would on either one. Okay, 13. The primary purpose of measuring the overall level of prices in the economy is to, I put C.
Yeah, and that was right out of the book.
14. I spent forever on this.
Okay, and I'm sorry because I was working on this is where I kind of got hung up and I never got past
I
anything.
spent forever on this, and then I kind of realized that it was pretty easy.
Yeah, I was looking at this. Oh, now I messed up my papers again. Okay, no.
Yeah. I don't know why. I just kept thinking about this, and then I just realized kind of after I got it, I think I mistakenly got it right. And then I kind of realized after I looked at it once I came home that all you have to do is because you have to find the inflation rate from 2012 to 2013. So all you need to do is take your 7.3 minus 1, or you just put in an equation. So 1.8 equals 7.3 minus inflation. And then you just solve for I, which turns out to be 0.055, which then turns out to be 242.65 or 242.7.
Okay, so and that equation was in.
It's kind of at the end of the book, or end of the chapter, on page 226.
Oh yeah, so that's where I was, and that's what I was starting to.
226. What page? Sorry, I gave the wrong page. It's on. Oh yeah, 228. So it's interest
I
rate.
was starting to go through 226 and those equations. I was like,
Yeah, it just, I don't know why it took me so long to figure that out. And I know that you're supposed to think about the questions, but I think it's just a dumb.
yeah.
It's annoying, but
Okay.
I figured we got to figure it out. So, and then the next one was kind of the same thing. I spent a while on this one too, and I finally figured it out and realized how easy it was.
And that one was done with the same.
14. 14 is C.
15, no, yeah, 15 was done with. Well, you just have to take the consumer price index, just the 6,600 minus 58, right? Divided by 58 times 100.
In 14, you're talking about?
No, in 15. I'm on 15 now. Sorry.
Oh, what was 14? We never talked about 14.
You just said it was 242.7.
No, that was 13. Oh, that was 14.
Yeah.
You're right. I'm sorry. I remember the numbers are messed up. All right, so 15. Yeah, how did I do 15? Did you already do 15 or not?
No, but
Yeah, so
you have to find out x. When to find x is the 6,600 minus 5,800 divided by 5,800, right? Times 100.
Yeah, how did I do that? Yeah, because I think it was just 6,600 minus, you said minus 50, or divided by 5,800, or minus.
Yeah, so the x would be.
No, how did I do that? Because it's the same.
No, that it can't be that because.
Yeah, it took me a while to figure out too, because my mind doesn't think in algebra. So you use the same one that's on 226. And because the different thing is that it's asking like a bunch of weird it's not asking for one specific thing. So how did I do this? Crap. I got C. I thought I wrote down my work because I thought I wrote this down so I wouldn't forget it in the future. Okay, so the consumer price index for 2011 is 184.44. So I think I figured that out by taking 567. Hold on, 5,670. 5,000. How did I do that? Crap, why didn't I write my work down better? Now I don't remember how to do it.
Is it? But don't we to find x? Don't you just have to do 6.
All right, how do I do this? Frick.
Sorry, I'm like.
No, this makes me mad because I did this. I just don't remember how to do it. Sorry, 1 second. Okay, how did I do this?
Because to find the consumer price index, don't you have to
No, it
Let's
was
look
something
at.
about
Oh, the base year.
yeah. No,
So
I use
so
the
you the base year 56.7.
no. I use the consumer price indexes because you don't use prices in this equation. That's what it was. 168. I don't know. 160 equals. Hold on. What was it? What did I do then? 160 divided by 168 times. Mm-mm. What is this? I just can't remember how I did this. It's so annoying. But I know it's right.
Because they don't give you a base year, so I wasn't sure if there was like something for a base year that we're trying to figure out, or
No, the base year is always the first year because you use the one on 226. So it's price level in 2012 and 1931. So we know that. So what we do know is that in 2009, $5,670 equals, sorry, in 2011, $5,000 from 2009 equals $5,670. So technically that equation would be 5,607, 5,000, what did I do? That's not better, times X over 160. So we need to find out, what was that? Because you always use, this.
this is when you can do the shortcuts in Excel, huh? If you think about it.
Yeah, I didn't use Excel for this, but I know it's 184.4 because that one works into the equation.
Is X, you got X at 184.4?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that too. I got that by doing 660 minus 580 to get that.
Wait, so 6.
If you're going by,
So you just did the inflation rate?
yeah, I just did the, but that doesn't make sense. Hold on.
Because X is
So
184.4. I don't know if I wrote 49 or 4.
wait, what? Yeah, how did I get 184.4? Hold on. Here. No, divide. Is it divided by?
No,
What's
it's
that
the
first
inflation
equation?
rate's minus first.
Oh no, I did the consumer price index. So I no.
I just can't remember how to do this.
I do. No, I just got 184 too. But how did I just do that? Okay, I don't know how I just did that. I just got 184.42. What did I do?
Oh, I'm mad I didn't write down my work. 160.
Oh no, hold on. Maybe I did this way. No, that's not right either. Okay, I don't know what I did either. Oh no, maybe I just got that because you said that. Maybe that's what I did. Um,
All right, I gotta think backwards. Figured that this out once. Seems like I should be able to figure it out quicker the next time. How did I do this? I have it somewhere else written down. Hold on. I did something. I remember with it was with the consumer price indexes. Something where I divided them and then I added it to 168. So hold on, 184.
So if you look at the consumer price index, if you set that equation up, like for a year, let's just say year 10, right?
Yeah.
So 2010, which is 580. So we know that's the top part of that, right? But we don't know what the base year is. And we know the consumer price index for that year is 168.
Wait, hold on.
And that
This is what. So the price level in 2012. Are you talking about that, or which one are you talking about? The consumer price one.
Number 15.
Yeah, but I mean, are you talking about the consumer price?
No, I'm trying to figure out how they got X. Because to find the consumer price index, you have to know the price in the basket in the base year. And 2009 is not the base year. Because I just tried figuring how they got 160 and 168.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
No.
So I'm trying to solve for the base year. So I'm taking 168, which is the consumer price index of 2010.
Yeah.
And I'm putting on the one side of the equal sign, right? Because we know that's the consumer price index.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm setting it up like this.
Yeah, that's how I have it too, but here's the one thing about that. When it says price level like in 2012, that doesn't mean the actual price. That means the consumer price index.
But where are you talking about 2012 at?
So if you go to page 226 of the book, there's that formula for figuring out what one price is in a future year and a past year.
Yeah, I'm gonna go, but I'm going back to the equation for 219 to start out and find out what, and just to use the basic equation first to solve for X, to find out what base year they're using.
Mm-hmm.
Which base year are they using?
There's a really easy way to do this, though, and that wasn't how I did it. How did I do this? It's driving me nuts.
Yeah, I don't know where they're going with this. Yeah, because that doesn't work very well either, what I was just trying to do. Which doesn't really shock me because I don't know what I'm doing. So 226.
Is that what I did? 0.0? I think this is what I did. I found out the inflation rate between 168 and 160. which was, and then, or 160 divided by 168. Oh, okay. 168 minus 160 equals times 8 divided by 160 is 0.005. So then I took 0.005 times 168. Is that right?
That'll just give you 84.
I do that?
Okay, so if we're using the equation on 226, would we put 5670 on the one side and then the 5,000 because that's the 2009 price?
Yeah.
No, we don't have a price level though.
That's what we're trying to figure out. Once you get the 184 point whatever, then you figure it out.
Well, what's the price level? Is that what is the price level? Is that the consumer index?
Yeah. So you got to find the consumer index. Just trying to think.
But the price level in the T year, is that going to be the 160? Is that what the price level is?
Well, you got to read through the. I think that's how I think I read through the answers, because the answers are all different, right? So you're not really figuring anything out for 2009 and 5,670 at all. So
So you think it was which answer when you were solving it though?
B. Yeah, I think that's why it was easy, because I think I just took 168 times this gives me, I think I wrote that down wrong, gives me 181.44. So if you just, the inflation rate was 8%, and then you can test that out. So if you do 181.44 divided by 160 times 5,000 equals 5670. That's how I did it.
Okay.
That's right. That's so annoying that I forgot how to do that. Well, hopefully that's right, but I mean,
yeah,
if it was 181.44, then that equals 5670.
You found 181.44 doing what again? Sorry.
So you go 181.4. I just took 8% times 168, and then I took whatever that was plus 168.
Okay.
160 times 5,000, 5670. So, yeah.
Okay. And then, okay, move on to 16.
Well, it seems right to me.
Yeah, if it can solve itself, then it's got to be right.
I mean, I don't see any other way to do that, because without knowing that the inflation rate, I don't know how else to do it. Okay, 16. I put the CPI was 95 in 1955 and is 475 today. Then $100 today purchased the same amount of goods and service as. I put B. So it's just that same one, but it actually gives you the numbers to do it. But you have to do it backwards, so it's 95 divided by 475 times 100, right?
Okay, so B. Okay.
Yeah. because it's asking for what 475 would be worth.
You just have to plug it into that equation, is what
Yeah,
the base.
what $100 would be worth in 1955.
Yeah. Okay.
So we're on 17. 17, I put A. It's kind of like the last one where you want to figure out what the price for the future.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
Wait, so.
Who am I be wrong on that one?
So you know the bar costs 5 cents.
Oh yeah, so it's gonna be backwards from that. It's gonna be today's. It's gonna be C. Today's CPI divided by 1962 CPI times 5 cents. Yeah.
So it's the C or
C. Yeah. I think we read over them.
Yeah, because that's only if you look at the equation. Okay, that makes sense.
I just thought it was asking for what it would be in 1952, but we already knew the price, so that was dumb.
Okay, so 18.
18, I put C. Yeah, because this was like the same question. Sorry, 1 second.
Oh yeah, from that one, but just the. Yeah. So you.
Sorry, my dogs are barking.
Oh, you're fine.
18, so I put C.
Okay.
Right, because let's see, it's between 2000. Yeah, and this one actually gives you the numbers. It's 2010 and 2009. So.
Yeah. Okay, if the normal interest rate is 4%. Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't read to this one, so I don't know this one at all.
Yeah, you're fine. I'm gonna do the last one that we were just on because I want to make sure it was right, just because I was doing this quickly.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, that's right. All right, 19. Yeah, this was one of those ones where you had to do the formula. Nominal interest rate is 4%, and the real interest rate is 2.5. So you're just gonna solve for I. So, or so you're gonna solve for real.
Give us the normal and then the real. So it's.
Yeah, just 4 minus 2.5%. Oh no, sorry. It's well, it's gonna be 4 plus 2.5% because you gotta solve for I. So it's nominal interest minus inflation. So you got to move the I over to the other side and then move the negative
6.5, right?
What?
It's D. Is that what you got?
Yeah, 6.5.
Yeah.
And 20. I got C.
Let's see. Oh, so it's just kind of plugging in and going through.
Yeah, and it's kind of the same thing. You kind of have to do the formula again and figure out what the real interest is. So the real interest is, or do we know the real interest? I can't remember. The real interest is 6.
Yeah, 6.
The nominal was 10. So the nominal is what your bank account grows at compared to your real is what your bank account would purchase.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So that one was easier.
So what did I put for that one? Put C right.
Yeah, because it's 10 and the purchasing power is increased at 2%. And how did you find the 2%?
I think it was 6 minus 4. Hold on. Because, let me see this. How did I get C? I think I meant to put D.
So, because if it's...
Because your nominal is 10 and your real interest is 6, but was there something about real interest being subtracted by inflation? But no, because real interest should have inflation mixed into it already.
Yeah, so shouldn't it be the savings is increased at 6%?
No, nominal is still 10.
Yeah, but is it nominal minus? No, just because you're real.
No, that's real. So real is 6.
So it says, I'm trying to read the thing here. Sorry.
So I think we only need to find out what nominal was, and that was 10%. So
yeah, so the value savings increased at 10%.
Per,
Well, nominal was 10.
yeah, because we already took into account 4% of inflation in the real interest. The nominal isn't affected by the inflation. That's why it's always higher. So I think it's just 10 and 6. Not sure why I wrote down.
So you think it's B and not C?
No, I think I just wrote that down on accident. But because with the inflation rate shouldn't affect. Hold on.
So nominal's 10, real is 6, and inflation is 4, right? So that follows the dollar value savings increased it.
The price of a DVD rises $10 to $10.60.
Also, the nominal interest rate tells you how fast the number of dollars in your bank account rises.
It's just your normal interest rate. So, like if you put $100 in the bank,
while the real interest rate tells you how fast the purchasing power, which is
6%, because we already took.
So it's D, yeah. So you're right, it's D.
Okay, I'm pretty sure that's right. We already have inflation taken into account. Inflation doesn't affect.
Okay, so we have them all.
Uh,
Okay, here I go.
I just feel like I'm going to do so good, and then I don't.
Now the first 5 are correct. Yay!
We get 100? Well, let me make sure I didn't mark one wrong. That's I'm going to submit it because you already got 100. Even if I marked one wrong, I'll give it back to me. Whoop whoop. That's a lot better than last week.
Oh my gosh, that's so awesome. And walking me through, yeah, those, I got stuck on those stupid 14 and 15.
I spent like 2.5 hours working on those 2 problems.
Yeah, 14 and 15, and those were horrible. I kind of got stuck, and I was like, and now I am behind.
I wonder how you actually, I think I'm going to go to the office hours tomorrow and actually ask them if there's a real way to do that problem, or if literally you just have to take the answers and plug it in.
Yeah, I think, well, yay, I'm so glad. That just helps.
All right.
Well, I understand how last week was for you, because I didn't even have that busy of that many tests, but I got going so crazy through my last week's stuff that I totally missed one of my stupid assignments for law.
Yeah.
I was like, so I totally missed it. So I got an F. I was like,
That's annoying.
Just horrible. Anyway.
I'm taking spreadsheet analysis right now, and that's like the worst class I've ever taken.
Oh.
It's absolutely.
I think I would fail that class because I'm horrible at spreadsheets.
Well, it's brand new, and I think they have a lot of flaws in it still. So like the instructions, there's no class period, so there's no like hour to like sit down and ask the teacher, and she doesn't really help you anyways, even if you ask her. Yeah. It's a horribly designed class, but I think you have to take it now. But did you already take? Oh, was it before?
Yeah, I took that combo class, so I didn't have to, because I knew they were switching it, and I was like, I can't. I need to take the combo class because
I should have taken the combo, because this B215 it's kicking my butt.
Yeah, because I thought I gotta get those classes out of the way in one class because
I have an A in economics, I have an A in accounting, I have an A in business law, and I have a B in that class.
Yeah.
To me, that class should be harder than economics and accounting. But it is. Crazy. It's more time consuming too. It's really frustrating.
I understand. I get it. Okay, well, thank you for recording this and submitting it. I appreciate it. And then I guess next week.
I'll see you next week then.
Okay. See ya.
See ya.